EA is just not making this easy. Yeah, we're gonna get things rolling back in a minute. I don't know. EA is not. They're not making it easy this morning. First a disconnect, and then my whole game crashes. So I'm sitting on 800 Mbps. Sitting on almost a gig. My internet is fine. Yeah, I hate when things like that happen because it's always when one person has momentum, whether I have the momentum or the other person has the momentum. All right, here we go. Mm. All right, EA. Please don't be the reason I get
EA
frustrated
Sports
today.
coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Well, the second of three games here on this Sunday, we continue with Super Wild Card Weekend here on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry here for Ken Walker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
back to Walker on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Might get a cover 2 look.
They'll look to throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. He had over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of this wild card game.
He's a little tired.
Walker now on 1st and 10. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held them to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They were just trying to give their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
This is curls.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw.
Thank you.
And this pass broken up.
I knew it was the curls coming.
Well timed there.
Played to him a decent amount of times.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Three and a half to go, first quarter.
Had a couple of wrinkles.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third down and 10. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. The Seahawks send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The ball resting on their own 5 here as they come up to the line on 2nd and long. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. It'll go down as a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Here's Ethan Evans now. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Straight ahead, Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Have to keep pumping runs
The opening
out.
play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw here. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play.
That linebacker is dangerous.
3rd and 5 now.
Every hit he gets that like kind of knockout
They'll need
animation.
5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time.
Underneath. He's playing man, but he's playing a lot of underneath coverage, so
35
So I'm gonna
yards
have to
that
play.
time
I'm
on the punt,
gonna have to
and
run
the
my.
offense will
I'm
come
gonna have to run
back
my
out
underneath
deep in
beaters.
their own territory.
It's just gonna be what it is for that one. I can tell how his
The
corners are
Detroit
playing.
offense ready to begin their drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. He's got him in, complete. A big play that time through the air. 54 yards.
Come on, Woolen. Get it back. I know you're going to get it back. I know you're going to get it back in blood. I ain't even going to give you no hard time.
We're scoreless after one.
I ain't going to never give you a hard time.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
I will not be dragged. I will not be dragged to death today. Cutting those right off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll run on 1st down. Watkins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 8. He'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's fine. We could
At
change
his
that.
size, he's a smaller back. You can get him
We
to
can change
football.
that to the best of
He
our
can kind of
abilities.
get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Lions passing game.
Like I said, these are safe
now.
throws.
They've got another first
Comfortable,
down.
but
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine.
He has to throw the ball upfield at some point.
They have to have
You
short
gotta-
memories.
you gotta put it in the air.
As well. A much more confident
I don't think he's
throw
gonna win
right
the
there.
game like that.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Balled it to 26. Second and 7.
All right, woman.
Up the middle they go. It's Watkins. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken
Got one
down.
of those cheesy shades.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 40-yard
Let him get
pickup
away.
brings it to third down.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up first and goal.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. They'll run with Gibbs. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time. Second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. Second and goal. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's third and goal after the sack. Now back to throw. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass.
Porta potty was open.
Fourth down coming up.
I don't know if we would have cut him off. I don't know if we
And
would
his
have cut him
kick
off,
is
but
right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's
that play was kind of
7-3.
tricky to guard.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
What I gotta do is I gotta pull away a little bit.
Closer to intermission, Charles. Remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Second and 10. They'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good
Honestly, I
shot
threw
as
that
he
one away
tried
on
to pull
purpose
that
because
one
I
in. Couldn't hang on
I
third
threw it
down.
I threw it away on purpose, kind
My
of, because I
first
ain't
thought
like.
is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before.
I didn't like
But
the
how
play
about a little
call,
credit to the defense
knowing that
forcing
he was
that
gonna come out in
incompletion.
man most likely and play underneath. Then
Now they face a 3rd and 10
Routes I was
after
running didn't feel
back-to-back
safe.
incompletions.
But maybe I can get the man.
He'll look to throw.
Oh my
And
God.
this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And the fair catch
maybe
is
my
made
depth
at
is-
about the 27-yard line. A 40-yard punt,
I don't know
no
why my
return,
lineman is
and the Lions will
in that
take
position.
over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone.
Fighting through it, he's got space. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
He's really figuring out ways
Give
to
him
not
19.
Any questions of how they'd
not
approach
really
this
throw the ball
drive
upfield.
were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end
I like
of the
it.
first half.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
I'm pretty sure he'll be complacent with. I'm pretty sure he'll be complacent with taking 3 if he can get 3.
Offensive linemen love
Because he
creating
gets the ball
space
like
for their
that.
guys carrying the ball. But when that guy
Yeah,
also
listen.
breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Detroit.
I mean, got
A
dusted.
great play there. 47 yards. And the Lions will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7.
My man's got
Here are
dusted.
the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
It's going to be one of those games. I gather my team in the locker
Coming to the
room.
line here to begin their next drive.
Second
the
half
Seahawks
hit.
offense. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So it figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
His throw incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Let's see if he runs man, goes underneath.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Should have enough time for Perry.
Back to throw again.
Yep.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Seahawks
I think they have enough time to put the ball where I need to put it.
Extra point by Batchley.
Cornerback back is completely turned
is now 14-10.
to the ball. That's one thing I can't wait for the next Madden, because they say I've seen some college football. DBs or not, there was no Warner kind of turnaround picks, 360 booga 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 picks and stuff like that. It was just straight. You have to turn your body. It makes them back shoulder throws seem so much more rewarding when you actually get them.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts.
Made a waste of time.
As they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Bring a little bit of pressure off the edge.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. And this one
Thank
is
the Lord.
incomplete.
Thank you, Tariq.
That's some good closing speed there defensively.
Thank you, Tariq, for reacting and making a play on the ball.
The ball in the air, never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Come on, Ray, just get this
They'll look to throw again.
Oh, come on.
And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about.
Jeez.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5.
Oh, no
now
way.
A timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half.
Good throw, great catch, great animation. Man, what can I... What can I do about that?
So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick here is good.
There's literally nothing I can do. There's literally nothing I can do about that.
But ultimately, they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer,
My safety just
that would
said.
make the decision tougher, and I think they likely
My
would have
safety
gone
just
for
said.
it. But in this situation, they just decided to
I'm
take
not gonna
the
hit
three,
him.
and I
Make
think
a
it
play
was
on
a
the
smart
ball.
move.
Just.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
What a deep ball.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock.
The second half is usually
quarter. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard battle. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
Players and people bring their best football. Respect it.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I'm happy he swatted it at least. I can't get to it. I can't get him to actually try to catch the ball. Tariq Woolen has an 86 catching. He has receiver hands. He has a receiver hands, and I can't get him in a position to attempt to actually catch the ball.
2nd and 10. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides, and there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That is caught. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
I don't know why I didn't officially.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
On the end around, here comes Williams. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
And that is caught for the 2 points. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball on a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Jesus Christ. That was my tight end.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag.
He dropped it?
Let's check in with our referee.
Oh, no way. This is what I'm talking about. These are things that cause frustration. These are things that don't happen in the regular season for me. I don't care if it was a red throw and hit him. What the hell?
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. He'll drop to throw. And he's got it. And in for the Lions touchdown. Sam Laporta from 6 yards away. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 6. Looking middle, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards that time for number 14.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
2nd and 7.
We'll go with it again. Let's see.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 20-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They're going to look to throw. Toward the play line, caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are back within a score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they're within 7 now, 28-21. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff.
We gotta start guarding tight end.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The outside linebacker dropping him for a loss of 6.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I can say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10.
We got to lock in for sure.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting
never get the benefit of the doubt on those inches.
Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Pause.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Second down and inches. Over the middle, and he's got Gray. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide.
We can survive this game. We get our X factor back.
Open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Go with some slants.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Oh, he stays up. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
One quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On the counter, it's Walker. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 9, 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on second down. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Charbonnet. Going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Well, I have to think that the wheels are really spinning in their play caller's mind now. They have a little setback there on 1st down. They'll have 3 more shots if that's what it takes because they've got to take field goals out of their thought process. They need a touch.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his
put the ball in Brad's
touchdown
hands.
of the game. And the Seahawks are an
This
extra
is
point
what it is.
away from
We
tying
need one
this
more stop
game
here.
here in the 4th.
One more stop.
Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, 4th quarter as the kick is away here. Taken at the goal line. And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And it's all on the line now. All even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10.
Yeah, he had Laporta wide open.
On the right side, Williams. It'll go as a gain of 4.
My defender that was supposed to be over there
like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Just gonna make a tackle.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Pick.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Yeah, you got him.
Picked off by Reek Williams.
You got him, Willen. You finally got him. You finally got him.
It's a touchdown.
I knew you was gonna get it back in blood.
Now to try to add the PAT.
You got beat that one time, but you played a terrific game too.
Ahead, 35-28.
Let's put the nail in the coffin.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
I don't want to end up in a position where he can score, go for 2.
Ready to kick off their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
This 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And when you have success throwing the football,
his offense is full of like safety valve plays.
The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more
runs
difficult
a lot of
to
plays.
stop.
The chances of things going wrong.
Tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Watkins. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Pass taken in.
On the corner.
Tight end. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
2nd down, goal to go. And they'll run again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3.
One thing here.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Lions,
if he was to score and go for 2 now, that would be very, very risky because there's still a lot of time left. So.
1-score game. Gibbs. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down
I got no choice but to run this much man.
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember, here, a field goal virtually does them no good. Here we go. The noise deafening. 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Oh, my God.
It's caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
Threw a yellow
and
pass
the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Jesus.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime.
It was the right play call.
You obviously don't have a fight to catch.
Tomorrow. Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Let's see. Well, we'll see.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. Down the left sideline and down to the 27-yard line. And that run right there, just what the doctor ordered.
You talk about putting it all together for your offense, because no big run happens unless everyone does their job. And now you're thinking about ending the football game because you're field goal range.
What a dandy this has been.
Our receivers, I can't keep them.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. On the give, here's Charbonnet. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I had to dump a timeout.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
I need to get a little bit closer. I don't trust my kicker as much.
They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there. And now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Oh man, I lose my best receiver for the whole play.
Here we go, 1st and goal.
Last minute of the game.
Here's Walker, and a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line.
Well, they would have loved to have scored a touchdown there, but this still sets them up for a game-winning field goal attempt.
The rookie's going to have to take over the reins.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Here now, 2nd and goal. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he stopped immediately there. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job.
Can we not make the job harder?
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
That flag put us back mad far.
Here's Charbonnet. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. And the kick is good. He got it.
Jesus Christ.
And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
That was a great game.
Being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Get that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
He played me about as hard. He played me about as hard as I've been played all season by some people. Oh, we made it through the first round. Barely, but we made it nonetheless. Yeah. Let's see. Came down to it, making some plays. We made the plays we needed to make defensively. But big thing right here. Well, good thing he'll be back. He'll be back next week, so he'll be able to take his place. Even though he's injury prone, he's barely played for most of this season. He's been out pretty much half the season, respectfully. He's not as fast, but yeah, he's gonna have to go out there. He's gonna have to go out there and step into the pressure moment against a tough opponent, whoever that opponent may be next game. Damn. All right, but let's see. Chargers with a big one over the Ravens. Hey, man, games like that tire me out. Just came from work, tired. So with that said, I'm gonna catch you on the next one, whoever my opponent is. We'll see how this next round goes. Hey, we made it. We made it out the first round this time. That's all I can ask for. Oh. That's all I can ask for. So until the next time, I'm gonna catch you on the next stream. I'm out. Peace.